Well, hello.
Allora,
All
ciao,
right.
bene, dice maestro T.
I had these grand hopes of advancing pretty far in the text this term. And that's just not going to happen. We're
Ho
just
tante
moving through
cose
very, very
per
slowly.
aiutarvi
Because I was hoping we
velocemente,
could get to a place like maybe in about
ma
6 months where we could
non
think about
succede purtroppo. Andiamo piano piano.
Anastasia,
Spero che
send a
in
message to the other
6 mesi
Anastasia, Mansurova.
saremo ancora meglio.
I want to make her start doing other work. um,
Anastasia, per piacere, mandate un
so
messaggio a un'altra
we're in
Anastasia.
a deep, deep section, and actually, we're going to do a
Allora,
meditation today
siamo
to
fermati.
help get us.
A proposito,
Once we study this for
faremo
like
meditazione
45 minutes or so, then we're going to
per
go into
aiutarci.
the meditation. How do we,
Studiare meglio.
um,
Studieremo
how can
circa
we
45
apply these
minuti e
ideas?
dopo
Because the main
faremo
idea,
la
where we are in the
meditazione.
text,
Come possiamo utilizzare tutte queste
is if we're
esperienze
able
nel
to
mondo quotidiano perché
accurately
ed è importante
identify the self
questo,
that shows up,
riusciamo
who is not
a identificare il nostro
there
io, quale
on its own for no reason at all.
sviluppa
Cameras,
e
please. I want
non
to
è
see
se
our
stesso
faces.
mi raccomando, tutti
I'm going to
hanno
start having you
attaccate le
read whether your
camere,
camera is on or off.
telecamere,
So just turn on your camera.
non so, sì,
Um,
farò, inizierò a leggere
the idea that if you
se le
can
vostre telecamere attaccate
go
o
through
no.
the process of being able
Però
to experience that is the self that I need to
se
deny,
riusciamo
the self that
a
I
fare
thought
proprio
was
questo
there,
processo,
that
a
innate
riconoscere il nostro io, quale
me
neghiamo,
that holds on to
il
me,
nostro io
that me,
attivo, che è legato a me
who is
stesso,
that? If it
questo
were to be
io
there, here's the whole trick is if it were to
veramente
be there, if it were to exist for
qualcuno
$100
di questo io, se
ultimately,
esiste
no one said
questo
it fast enough.
io, infinito dove,
If the self, if
recito,
me, the meanness, right? You have your own
e
me, not
questo
Tim.
io ho
If
di
me were to
diventare il mio
exist
io,
ultimately,
io
by definition,
veramente esiste nel modo
what would it look
assoluto,
like? Meaning, what would you experience it like?
come può essere rappresentato.
And then to understand that that's
Dopodiché
deceptive reality and to understand that that's not quite how it
comprende che
is.
questo
And then
è
you
la
proceed to
realtà
cancel it,
ingannevole
deny it.
e
And
non
that
è verità.
cancellation is what brings you
E noi cominciamo a negare,
closer and eventually to seeing emptiness directly
negare quello che
on
ci
the sutra path.
aiuta
I was having a
ad
conversation with some
avvicinarsi
friends
alla verità diretta.
Friday morning
Non
at
tanto
Peachtree
tempo fa
Cafe.
parlavo con i miei amici, venerdì
This is why you
mattina,
need friends
in
who around you who
caffetteria
are
Peach
Dharma friends.
Tree, Coffee,
So you can just
Let's
show up
Go.
and
Per
hang out and be like,
questo
oh, let's talk about this,
abbiamo bisogno di
you know, informally, right?
poter
And we were
stare
talking
assieme
about
e
the
magari anche
the
parlare di certe cose
relative slowness of
non
the
in
sutra
forma
path
formale.
towards the relative quickness of the diamond way path.
Avevamo parlato
And if you've been listening to classes long enough,
di rallentamento
you're
nel
probably starting to
sutra e
hear,
come veloce siamo nel
when we
percorso
say
di
open
diamante.
and
E
secret teachings, or we start saying
ascoltate questo
the
video
difference between a
troppo
sutric
lungo.
perspective. Oftentimes I'll say in sutra,
Sicuramente
blah, blah,
spesso
blah, blah, blah,
sentite che
blah.
diciamo conoscenze,
The
insegnamenti
unique,
aperte
the thing that
o
I'm not
chiusi.
saying is that there's another perspective in Diamond Way.
come farlo
So
e
if you've been
come
listening,
non cambia,
you
dipende
know,
dal punto di
from
vista.
the beginning,
Dipende
saying in sutra, I'm
dalle
saying
sue
there's other perspectives,
all'inizio quando parliamo di sutra,
and so,
esistono
but what's the difference and
altri
what's
punti
the
di vista.
value of one to the other? And of course, we can't talk about the other because it's
Cosa
secret,
qual è la diversità
but we
di
are
questo?
talking
Noi
about
non possiamo parlare su certi argomenti
is that,
perché sono
and it's really the
sotto
better way of
segreto,
describing it is
ma
the
io
path that is
possibilità di
shared and the path that
scrivervi
is not shared,
tutto questo,
or the
è
path that is
percorso
common,
che si divide,
or the path that is unique.
o
To walk a
percorso che
unique path,
diventa
you
comune
have to
e
be able to walk the common path,
percorso
right?
non
Unique makes no sense without not unique in a way,
diviso,
right?
scusate, che noi
And I
siamo
think there's
pronti
a,
ad andare anche
I don't even like the distinction that
nel
much.
percorso.
To me, it's more like
Sul percorso. Io sinceramente non mi piacciono queste
foundations.
cose.
Like sutra is the foundation.
Sutra è
Then,
come un base. Dopodiché,
and then you use that to fuel the higher practices.
voi
And without
utilizzate
the
questa
fuel,
base per dare più gasolio,
or the control, let's call it the control, right? Like if you have a rocket ship
per
and you don't have the right,
realizzare
the right rudders and the right
operazioni
wings and the
che
right
ha
shape, you launch that rocket, it's going to go right into the ground, right? But you need all the,
diversa,
I don't like using the word control because it
probabilmente riuscirà a
sounds negative, but you need the structures,
cielo
you
super
need the
veloce.
foundations, you need the shape, you
Noi
need the
abbiamo questa base per
tools
muoversi
that are in sutra to
piano, ma
make any of that work, 100%.
dobbiamo avere gli strumenti
And if they're
per
not
poter
strong enough,
funzionare tutto questo.
the Diamond Way
Strumenti,
practice will just
studiare il percorso
and not go anywhere or crash
di sutra.
beautifully, gloriously. Right. And so the understandings of emptiness that come out of what we're doing in LAMRIM fuel that practice. And it's not like, oh, I'm a tantrika now, so I can just do what I want, or I don't need LAMRIM. Shut up. You need LAMRIM more because you are a tantrika,
Non serve l'AMRI,
not less.
pensate voi abbiate bisogno e
So
necessità
don't think that
dell'AMRI
there's
come
some kind of
nessun altro.
achievement that somehow you're better than LAMRIM or better than the 18 ACI courses
Non
just
pensate
because
che
you've
avete già
graduated.
raggiunto tutto e tanto è meglio di qualsiasi corso base.
So, in what we're doing in this
Quello che
deep
noi
exploration
facciamo
of emptiness, we haven't really even done much LAMRIM,
in
honestly.
questo percorso profondo
Like
della
the steps on the
vita,
path, we haven't done
non
many of
abbiamo
the steps.
fatto
We're building our toolkit.
tante cose, non abbiamo
Like
fatto
we
questi
built,
passi
what
sul
did we build so
percorso.
far? We built a meditation practice, right? You're all meditating every day, I'm
Noi
assuming.
ci prepariamo gli strumenti nel
Everyone's
nostro
like, all the cameras go off. No one's paying
tutti,
attention.
immagino tutti meditano.
And then if you meditate
Di
every
cosa
day,
sta
is your
parlando?
meditation practice an affliction or is it a progress?
Meditate ogni giorno?
Are you doing it just because you should? Or are you doing it because it's helping you?
Allora,
Like, has
la
your meditation practice
meditazione
gotten
diventa il
lazy and you're just sort
progresso
of doing nothing
o una
and
cosa
spaced
che
out,
costruisci nuovo
right? Or you think you're doing something
una
like that's,
questa pratica così
it's a tricky one.
pigra, probabilmente
But being
spesso
able
si
to
può
meditate and focus your mind can help change it. And then when we put emptiness into it,
Molto importante saper meditare per
and
poter cambiare
understand what's happening in all of those pieces
riuscire a
of ourselves,
comprendere la
then
descrizione,
you don't study yourself, you deny yourself, Marina. Stop
insomma,
it.
comprendere
Don't make yourself a
quelle
bigger self.
parti
But that doesn't mean don't pay attention to how seeds
magari
are arising.
non fate
So, but once we get
più di
through
quello
this
che sei.
massive ship construction,
Quindi a noi,
right? This massive,
appena
holistic
riusciamo a
piece we're putting this
passare
together.
tutta
Then
questa
when we go into the
costruzione,
LAMRIM and we start going through step by step,
pezzo al pezzo,
then when we meditate, we
cioè
have all the
siamo
skills to then
e solo dopo che abbiamo
achieve the realizations of the path of each of those
e adesso
steps,
ci invitiamo che poter
right? And then if you are getting
comprendere
close to moving
tutta
into
la
Diamond Way,
conoscenza.
you have to apply both of those
E
things. You have to
dopo
be
ci
able to meditate and you have to be able
ritroviamo
to
al percorso dei
apply
diamanti.
emptiness to all of it.
Dovete imparare a meditare
Oh, I'm going to become a Buddha. Really?
e
Do you understand? Do you understand that
comprendendo anche
Diamond Way is not
dentro
coming from its
tutto.
own side? And if you thought it was,
Io
go back to
spero
the
che voi
beginning.
comprendete che
Go back to first grade.
il percorso dei diamanti non è
And there'll be
da se
times that I will
stesso,
kick,
ma
I
sempre
have
ci
kicked
state
people back,
contornati
whether
dai
gently,
chiavi,
kindly, or
no?
with
Non
force.
so,
Not physical force, of course, but with guidance. Like,
c'erano
go
dei
back and do
momenti
it.
quando
You should be
io
studying LAMRIM all the
mi
time,
indirizzavo alle persone su
not only as a practitioner,
adesso
but
prima
also as a teacher.
dovete
How do you help
ogni
people?
tanto
How
fare
do you help
revisioni
people go from here to
non
here,
solo come
right?
praticanti,
And you can
ma
see where
anche
they
a
have
futuri
understandings and where they may not have
come
understandings.
raggiungere punto B
But
partendo da
fundamentally,
punto
if you
A,
haven't learned how to
ma
calm the mind and then
non
what to do
danno
when you're in it,
causa
that's the most important
sarà
part. Meditation is active, it's not passive.
calmare la vostra mente e cosa fare
And it
siete
doesn't mean have to do an hour a day. I just
in
do it
perché
regularly, right?
non
I do two
che
short
dovete
sessions a day now
meditare fate
because my
oltre
mind is
meditazione
annoyed
io per
or
esempio
upset
faccio
or frustrated or whatever it is,
diverse cose e la mia
right?
mente è
And
sempre
so
infastidita di
I do
qualcosa.
my main meditation
Per
is the
questo
preliminaries,
io
the
faccio
four powers,
che
confession,
la mia meditazione
you know,
importante è sacretato.
purify some of those seeds so I do
Scusate,
that more often.
faccio poco,
It's better to
ho
have shorter
dei
sessions,
passi preliminari e
good, high quality
gratitudine
shorter sessions than one long
alla
session
mente. In
because you're probably
quel
deceiving
caso
yourself if it's good
meglio
meditation.
che la vostra meditazione, la vostra pratica è forte
And then to recognize,
e mi
and you
raccomando,
use all the skills to recognize
anche riconoscere, provare ad utilizzare
what's
tutti
actually going on
questi
in today's landscape. What is the weather
abitudini,
today?
buone abitudini
What
e
is the weather today
riconoscete,
for Lumina?
riuscite a
What is the
riconoscere
weather today for
cosa
Uta?
fate
Right?
è
I don't know.
tipo
You know your weather, right? And your weather,
e
guess what? The weather changes all day
aiuta
long. You start your
cambia
session and you
sempre
thought
durante
things
il
were good,
giorno.
and then all of a sudden you're irritated about
Voi
something that someone did
fate
20 years ago.
l'imitazione
And
che
for some
fanno
reason, it's in
fanno
your mind
bene
now.
a un certo punto
And then you start having a conversation with
la
someone from
vostra
20 years ago,
memoria vi porta
and
a
you are
fare
right and they're wrong.
pensiero, cominciate
Don't tell me you don't do
a
those things,
distrarvi.
because I know you
Non
do.
pensa, non ditemi che non vi succede, sta che succede a tutti voi.
So what we're doing is we're building our ship. We're building all of the pieces.
Allora, cosa facciamo?
And it takes time to build them, and then it takes time to integrate them.
Diciamoci la verità, noi
And then we're
assolutamente
going to go back to the beginning and start doing all the
compriamo la nostra
pieces.
nave.
But we're doing the hard stuff first because this is the stuff that's going to propel you forward.
Ogni tanto noi facciamo
So where we are is there's two ways.
cose
Well, there's three ways.
importanti
There's two
dove
ways
noi
for ordinary
ne
people,
parliamo
non-Aryas, people who have not reached the path of seeing,
delle
chivas.
persone normale, non
Symbols. I'm a
arie,
thesaurus today.
Shiva,
There's
e
two ways that the
sinonimo.
self
Oggi sono un
appears to
dizionario dei piedi.
us sosokewos. And what is that? And what are those things?
Come io,
What is that? There's the to an
dove
ordinary mind,
sto,
just an
cosa.
ordinary you.
E
Like,
ogni
think about
tanto
yourself right now.
per me
Look
semplice,
around
la
the
mia
room
mente
on
semplice,
your Zoom
per il
call,
caso
right?
di riflettersi, guardate
Like,
in
look around,
giro
like,
cosa avete
oh,
intorno
okay.
a voi,
There's some cat food, there's
guardate
some
quello che
water,
avete,
there's a phone, there's some windows,
io ce
there's
l'ho
some
un
fog
mondo.
outside,
Ah, ok.
right? There's shoes, there's
C'è il
cats, right?
gatto,
There's all
c'è
these things going on in your
questo
room
vasetto.
or your house, or if you're walking around like
Succede
Constanza is.
sempre qualcosa
That's
in
actually
questa
really good.
casa,
She's walking around,
Costanza,
right? So there's lots of
che
things
sta
there.
camminando
She's listening to class and she's
da
doing
qualche
something else. Her
parte,
mind, if she is
bravissima,
who she looks like right now,
lei
ordinary person
ascolta
doing ordinary
la
things,
lezione
just
e
walking around. I'm
anche
sure she's like,
cammina.
oh my God, myself
Una
isn't coming
semplice
from
Costanza,
itself.
una semplice Costanza,
It's coming from seeds. I
e
can't believe I have to see all these things.
a un
Probably
certo
not.
punto comprende che io
Just
non
ordinary you.
esiste.
I
Poi
mean, maybe, who
io
knows?
proviene tutto da una
Ordinary you.
semplice,
And that's the
sono una
conventional
persona
self. That's
semplice.
the self that's,
Eh,
valid. You have a valid
in
perception
questo
of yourself
caso,
and you're
questo
not
io
really thinking about it. You're not analyzing. Matak pachepa. You're not doing any of
non
those things.
pensa
You're just being
di se
normal you.
stesso, praticamente non vi
And then
analizzate,
there's
siete
this
solo
other
con
way,
voi semplice, ma
which we could call it,
esiste un altro io, quale possiamo nominare.
think of a name for this.
Mm, aspettate che proverò di trovare nome o descrizione di questo.
When you go,
Quando
oh, that's me.
voi
Right.
cominciate a
And what I mean
pensare,
by that is
oh,
like
sono io.
somehow, and it usually comes
E
out when
cosa
you're offended.
intendo?
I didn't do
Semplicemente
anything.
questo si ricompare
No, I didn't
quando
do anything.
voi dite io non ho fatto niente. No, no, non ho fatto
When there's a
niente.
strong sense of self, when there's a strong, I don't know how to, there has to be a
Quando
name for
c'è
this. It's some,
percezione di se stesso, adesso Tim ci dirà.
yeah, it's, I don't know, I'll figure out a name for it. If you guys
Eh,
come up with it, great. Like you turn, like the focus
esiste un
becomes about
termine
you.
speciale, se riuscirete
Like
a
you
ricordarlo,
turn
un po' che
from,
ci
like
sentite.
Constanza was walking
Quando
around
vi
somewhere. There she
focalizzate
has a nice, beautiful red background.
su se
Right? That's a
stesso,
beautiful
che ad
color,
esempio
right?
Costa
Walking around doing ordinary things, right? Just doing
camminava da qualche
your
parte,
normal stuff.
bellissima immagine,
Just
eh,
living your life.
lei
Get up, take a
contenta,
shower.
fate
My
le
light
cose
bulb broke
vostre.
this morning. Complained about that. Okay,
Mm, per
like,
esempio, vi
just
siete
normal morning, right? And all of a sudden you
svegliate,
turn on the light and it
alzati,
blows out in the bathroom,
avete fatto la doccia,
right?
o una
God
mattinata
damn,
semplice, ma a un
stupid
certo
light bulb, right?
punto
That's the
si
third,
brucia
that's the second way the
lampadina
self appears,
e
right?
voi dire, oh Dio,
Oh my
mi
God, I'm
faccio questo,
inconvenienced.
deve scoppiare.
Now I can't, now I
E
can't
io
take the
così,
shower the way I wanted to
non è
take the shower. I
comodo
can't
tutto
see in the
questo, adesso
bathroom.
io non mi riesco a fare
Gonna
la doccia e non vedo il
be late for
niente, è
class because I'm
buio,
always late for
e che
class. There's
fai?
always something that happens.
Scusate
And when
francesismo,
I'm late for class, there's always
però
some
traduco
reason,
come io seguo,
right?
in ritardo, a lezione,
Now I got to go to the store and buy this
sempre
special light
qualche
bulb, and I got to get a
causa
ladder out and climb up
perché
to the
io
ceiling.
sono in ritardo, devo
I have to
lavorare
do
i
this.
comprare
Okay.
lampadina, fare
You know
cose
those feelings.
necessarie per avere la luce.
My boss give me more work.
Insomma, io penso che avete capito cosa vuol
My
dire.
teacher criticizes me for no reason at all.
Insomma, mi ha dato
Right?
più lavoro, il mio maestro mi critica sempre di più,
It's their fault, not mine.
giusto?
It doesn't matter whether you blame someone else or not. It's the
È
moment
tutta
where you
colpa del
say
mio
me,
maestro,
right?
non sono
It's like
così. È
the
proprio quando
me
voi
in the normal
dite
world, like when you're
io,
just
non
walking
sono
around,
io, è proprio
you're
quel
just doing things, right?
momento
You're not really,
vostro
yeah,
io,
you're kind of thinking
nel-
of yourself. It's kind of
nella giornata
ambiguous,
semplice
not clear.
dove
But then you're like,
dovete avere
bam,
una
this is
giornata
me.
tranquilla
I'm
e invece
inconvenienced. I'm
va
upset. I'm happy. I'm
tutto
blissful, right?
io incomodo, non
Like
sono felice,
where
non sto
it's like
bene,
a
insomma.
general and then specific,
Diciamo che è una
right? It's like a movement of
descrizione comune.
from, you know, yeah, it's like a movement from general awareness to specific awareness. And a specific awareness, the object is me. This is why
Quando
teachers
oggetto diventate voi.
love to inflict
Maestri
moments
adorano
where afflictions come out. They love to create moments where
fare
someone's affliction comes out. Why? Because
questi
you think
momenti,
you're there by
creare
yourself and they're
situazioni
trying to
dove
teach you that you're
tutte le vostre
not.
afflizioni mentali escono fuori e pensate che
My
io
favorite thing my teacher does
mi
is he puts people together. It's like, oh, work on
provengo
this project
da
together.
qualche parte.
And then sits back and is like,
Data
let's just
e
let the
maestro
fireworks fly
ha
and
questa
just
capacità di
watch,
organizzare
right?
degli incontri dove succedono queste cose e il maestro
And if
sta
you're going to do that,
osservando
you budding teachers, you
e
have
se
to be aware of that there's difficulties that come with that. You know,
dovete comprendere che le
people
situazioni
may not be
brutte
happy with you.
eh,
Or if
succedono.
they have a high enough view of the teacher,
Le persone possono essere
since they're not
infelici
supposed to get upset with their teacher because that
e
is number
se
one
loro
downfall
hanno
in
loro
taking
idee
Diamond Way,
incerta del
even if
proprio maestro,
it
non
doesn't mean you
dovete
accept, it just means that you understand where
essere
it's coming
arrabbiati
from.
con questo maestro, perché è uno
Then you
degli
have to
unici
put that energy
attivi
somewhere. So where do you put it? You blame the other
quello
person.
di
They're impossible to work with. I can't believe they did this.
essere
I don't like
infastiditi
them. And then you create
e avere
conflict
pensieri negativi nei
within a group,
confronti del maestro.
right?
Create
And
un
then the conflict,
conflitto nel
it
gruppo
heats up and the fire keeps going. And then,
e
and then
così
each of
il
the people comes to
conflitto
the teacher and complains about the other person. And the teacher's like,
si
mm-hmm,
presenta.
mm-hmm. That's a good, I'm sorry. You're
Ogni
right. They're terrible. Right? And
ogni
then the other person
studente
comes and the teacher's
fa
like,
del proprio
mm-hmm.
maestro
Yeah,
e
you're right. They're
comincia
terrible. I know,
a
right?
raccontare.
I have a
Il maestro
teacher
dice sì,
that
sì,
everybody
sì,
thinks
ti capisco,
is on their
comprendo.
side.
E
And it is so
ogni
funny
studente pensa che il maestro
to
dà
watch
risposta
everyone be like,
solo a
oh,
lui.
should I say their name?
Così ridicolo.
It took me
E
a while
dici,
to learn what was going
oh,
on. Oh, JB La, he took my side. Wait, what? I was
Gebila
talking to him yesterday and he said the same
prende
thing to
la
me.
parte. Ma altro studente dice
And
cosa?
then
E
and
io
then
parlavo
and then
ieri
in that
con
moment with that
Gebila e
person,
mi ha detto stessa
you
cosa.
realize what's
E in
going on,
questo momento questa
right?
persona, anche
What did they
voi,
just do?
comprendete cosa sta succedendo,
Right? They made you
cosa ha
feel
fatto a
like
te,
you were so important
cosa ha creato.
in the good way while you were upset. They made
Ha
you feel important in the good
insistito
way. Both
di
ways are number three. The way you take yourself.
avere
I am this.
l'attenzione
General to specific.
e il numero 3,
Oh, it's okay.
quando dal comune
Sometimes you need a pet, right?
arriviamo
Like you just you want a hug. You
ogni tanto
want,
bisogna
you
tirare su le
comfort.
parete,
JB Law is amazing at that.
che qualcuno diciamo, JB là fa veramente molto
But in the
bene.
moment,
Lui è
you'll be like,
proprio
nah,
un gran
like,
maestro,
you see, so
ma a un certo punto
the whole point
non
is how
tanto.
do you get to
Perciò il
recognize
vero di tutto
that
questo,
self that
come
you think is
voi
there is
riconoscete,
not there
riuscite a
from its
riconoscere
own side.
come il vostro io
And you have to
esiste
experience it directly. You have to be
dalla
like, oh,
propria
that's the self that Tim is talking
parte
about.
e dovete vivere
And then you have to establish an
nel
awareness.
momento
And
e
instead of flipping
così
between the
capirete
two,
tempo di cosa
general
parlarsi.
specific, that you can be
Dovete
just
sviluppare
a part of your mind is in it.
la vostra
By the way,
coscienza,
we just did the
dovete
translation
essere
for today,
coscienti,
and like I just reviewed
perché
it real
parte
quick.
della vostra mente
We're
sono
going to go through the text in a
secoli.
second. But that's the like, how
Adesso
do you
torneremo ai pesci,
that sort
ma
of
è proprio così
conventional
come voi,
self that gets established by the ordinary mind,
col vostro io
that's sort of ambiguous.
tradizionale, che si
How do you bring it to the
crea
surface?
una
And one of my
mente
other
semplice
teachers' favorite way to
e
bring it to
un
the
po'
surface
sfumata, e
is
come si
by, I call it
potrebbe
the ego
tirare
pump.
fuori di queste cose. Io la
Right?
chiamo
It's like pumping up a balloon.
come
Let me put some air into that, like like an air pump,
ripompare questo egoismo.
right? You get plugged in,
È uguale come
and then they're
con il
like,
palloncino.
isn't Anastasia
Il vostro
wonderful?
ego
She's such a great employee, which all these things are true. Okay, right? She works really, really hard, right? She does great. She does my social media. She's so good at it. She is, right?
bene, veramente
I had someone
brava,
compliment it
veramente
the other
brava.
day. They said, Tim, it doesn't seem
Complimenti.
like you're teaching ACI courses from your
E
social media,
qualcuno dice,
right? It looks like you're doing something different. And I said, well, good. That's what we're trying to do, right?
sì,
And so then
tu
you just keep
non
putting
intendi,
air,
tu
you
fai
keep
qualcosa
pumping it up,
diversamente.
right?
Proprio così
Or
anche
some
noi
people,
vogliamo parlare di essere. E
they
voi
already have
continuate
so much air in their
a
ego
pompare questa aria
that
e qualcuno ha il
you
loro
just,
ego
let's
troppo
say, I don't know,
pompato,
there's different
troppo,
techniques for different students,
che non
but
sto
the
a
techniques are
dire
all about like getting them to realize
sono
themselves,
diverse per diversi
the
studenti,
self that they thought was there.
ma è importante che il
That's all the teacher
studente
is
debba
doing,
capire da
because then at
solo,
some point
arrivare,
it gets too much, and you just put a
perché
pin in that,
questo fanno
balloon,
tutti. Bisognerebbe
right?
solo prendere un
And
mago
I remember a
e
couple years ago,
bucare quel palloncino. Io mi ricordo che
like I
un
didn't
po'
realize this
d'anni
was
fa
happening. It was so gentle to me, like it's like,
non
oh, it's just a
sapevo
little
cosa
bit from time.
succedeva
It's like I'm feeling
proprio
good
questo
about myself, doing a
momento.
good job. Oh, I'm
E
ACI
io facevo
director. Oh,
un
good
po' di
job,
più, un
Tim.
po' di più, e
So
io facevo,
smart,
sono
right?
brava, mi ricordo,
Get praised.
sì,
Good job.
felicito. Il mio
Right.
ego continua di
And after
pomparmi.
about, what was it,
Dai,
13
dai,
years, 14
bravo.
years, something like that with my teacher,
E
all of a
non
sudden
saprei
it got really hard. The air stopped being pumped in
il
and actually
mio
was being
maestro
taken out.
manuale. E
Right? The energy was being
hai
pulled away.
capito dove si ferma tutto.
And then
E
I was like,
l'energia comincia
it was like shriveling up like a raisin, right?
andare
And
via,
I'm like,
lasciare. E così
and then
io ero tutto
it wasn't
molto
balloons, rainbows, and unicorns
contratto,
anymore.
ero vuoto come un palloncino,
It was like getting like,
e non c'erano più né
you go to the
corni
heart and you're like,
rosa,
nee, 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 right? And everything was more like
come
a
quando ti
criticism and
mettono
and a,
quell'amo nel
a
tuo
critique.
cuore, tutta
And I
criticata,
talked to one of my friends,
qualsiasi
and
parte,
I was like, what the hell's going on?
critica
And my
totale.
friend was like, how
Io
long you been
parlavo
around
con
for?
il mio
I said, oh, like
amico,
13 years, whatever it was at the time. And they were like,
chiedendo, ma cosa succede?
they're
Cosa
like,
succede? Quanti
now they know
anni
you're not going to leave.
sei lì dentro? 12, 13. E ha
They know that you
detto,
understand enough.
lui 100%,
So
infatti
you can
tu
take
non
it.
vai da
You can
nessuna
take that
parte,
criticism.
non
You can take the
serve,
critique, because that's what you
tu
actually
con
have to work on,
questa stessa
right? You can handle it now. you're not going to get
tantissimo
there,
perché
and it's going to get
proprio
hard.
quello
And now you just have
mm,
to,
che tu
now your practice is going to be
riesci
different.
a combattere e sarà ancora più
And
difficile,
you know
se
what made the
adesso la
practice even
pratica
harder?
va e
When
prende
everybody
un
else
altro
was
inizio.
getting their egos
E
pumped up.
ogni volta
Like,
quando entri in
I'm watching
contatto
all
con
the
l'ego,
praise to everybody
ego,
else and all the
io
attention to everybody
guardo
else, and I was like,
a tutto questo
that's not fair. I don't why don't what you know. And then
odio
you watch,
degli altri.
because it's still
E
the
io guardo
same
e penso,
me,
ma
right?
non è giusto,
The me that
perché
had his
sempre
ego
quel
pumped up,
stesso io,
who was like, oh, I'm so good,
quale
is
ego
now
di
the same
è
ego that's like,
diventato
I'm
enorme.
not being
E
praised,
tutte
I'm not
queste
being praised,
domande
I'm
che
not
gli
being
dico,
recognized. All
adesso
these
ti
other people are
piacerà,
getting things that I'm
che
not
quando
getting.
dici parola
Wah, wah, wah,
buona,
wah, wah.
adesso mi riconosci.
Right?
E continua,
It's the
continua,
same
continua.
thing
È
when it took me a while to realize it.
stessissima cosa.
I whined a lot,
E ho
mainly to
dovuto
myself.
aspettare un po' di tempo per
But you
comprendere. Di
see,
solito piangevo
that's what we're
con
trying
me
to get at.
stesso, mi
It
arrabbiavo
isn't bubbles and
con me
rainbows and unicorns,
stesso.
or
Però è proprio
whatever your
quello cosa
favorite
vogliamo
animals that
raggiungere.
make you happy.
Veramente, non
Deer,
solo
peacocks,
unicorni rosa o
right?
arcobaleni o altri animali che vi
Cats.
piacciono di più.
You know, it's something else, right? All the
Gatti,
things that make you you. So then you're
tutte
not just
queste cose
a
vi
general being walking around in the
fanno
world doing general being things.
il vostro
You're one that's
io
like,
e
oh my
quel
God,
sfumato io non sarà più
I'm a
sfumato,
mess.
diventerete qualcosa di più
I'm a
supremo.
mess. Meaning I think all these things, including
Per
me,
esempio io
are just out there by
sto
themselves.
un
And
visore
anytime you
insieme
have
di
this moment of
tutte le
me,
cose
that's your
che io
practice.
includo dentro di me, io è la vostra pratica.
So it's,
Praticare con proprio io.
don't take it. I'm doing this whole long thing and avoiding the translation right now because the point
Adesso ho fatto
is that that's the success of the practice.
il pensiero per tutte le tradizioni.
The me that
Vorrei
wants
fermarmi e
something to
dire che
be a certain way and gets upset when it's not.
il successo nella pratica dell'io, quale vorrebbe che tutto succede come vorrebbe io, e se non
Because it doesn't
succede,
matter.
dopo
Like
si offende,
whether you have things or you don't.
diventa triste.
Now, there
A
is a
proposito,
teaching that
non
like,
è
right, it's
importante
called the four modes of teaching,
se avete tutto questo
right?
o no.
But the whole point of
Nella
all of it is
conoscenza
getting us to
dei
understand the
quattro
thing that we
regimi
thought was there is not. The
tempo,
thing that
di
keeps us
comprendere dove noi
living,
pensiamo
that keeps us
quel
from
io
change, that
esiste
keeps
ma
us from
veramente non
really
esiste,
being reaching our
quello che non
potential.
ci dà possibilità di cambiarsi
Because I see my job as helping
e
people reach their
raggiungere
potential, because
potenzialità
that's what my teachers have done for me.
vere.
And every time
Perché
I
il
hit
mio lavoro
a
questo.
point that I can't, like a plateau,
Ogni volta
right? And
che io
then things
arrivo a
kind of go
certo
sideways.
momento
What I look at, the reason they went sideways is because I was
e
only
dopo
concerned
succede
about me and
qualcosa
my reaction to it.
non come io aspettavo, succede perché io sono focalizzato
There's enough suffering, folks, in
quando
life.
tutto
Your
succede
body
non
will
come
remind you
vorrei.
of that all the time. The older you
La
get, the
vita,
more you'll recognize it.
nella vita
And you
nasce
can change the
troppe
seeds of those.
sofferenze, il vostro corpo vi ricorderà
You know, I was looking at JB the other day.
man mano
He is
andando avanti
78 years
con
old, and he looks younger and younger all the time.
io guardavo Geshe osservandolo e lui 78
It's amazing.
anni e ogni volta più
And it was
giovane e
funny
più
yesterday, the
giovane.
meeting I had with him and Connie.
È incredibile. Ieri ho visto,
They were having
avevamo
two separate conversations with
un
me.
incontro con
And like
JB
Connie
e
would
con
say
la
something about one topic, and then
Ogni
JB would be on a different
qualcosa
topic, and it would seem like they weren't listening to
JB
each other.
mi
It was the
parlava degli
funniest thing.
altri temi
It was like two, I mean,
e mi
especially,
sembrava che non ci ascoltava,
you know what?
non,
It's like two old people who don't have their hearing
non
aids
ci
in having a
ascoltava.
conversation.
È come i due
right?
vecchietti
But
che
they were
non
having it with
hanno
me, right? And I was like, what
per
the fuck is
pensare.
going on here?
E io ero lì e pensavo, ma che cavolo sta succedendo?
But it's this constant,
Ma
where are you thinking of,
questo
where are you not even realizing that you're thinking of yourself
tema dove
incorrectly?
non comprendete neanche che pensate di voi stesse
And the name of, and the game is, how
in
do you
maniera errata.
search it out? This is called search and
È
destroy.
il
Search
gioco
and destroy
come
worldview.
trovare, trovare
Search
e
and destroy
disattivare,
worldview.
sradicare, sradicare questa visione errata.
We're not going to get to the meditation.
Ok,
All right. So we were just talking about in this last
non
section
siamo arrivati a
the
meditare.
idea of
E nell'ultimo,
that innate self is
nell'ultima
always present,
parte
but in the
parlavamo
most ordinary moments, it's
di
not
questo
possible to clearly
nativo
see it.
io che fa sempre presente,
Right. And so
ma
when someone
in momenti
praises us
semplici,
or criticizes us,
difficili di
tame,
riconoscere.
etc.,
E quando
or
qualcuno
when something
ci...
makes us really happy or makes us really unhappy, deduk, right?
Quando
That
succede
innate
qualcosa
self
e ci
becomes
fa
more evident and clear to the mind.
ci fa incontrare il nostro
That's
io,
bouncing on my face.
diventa evidente
And you guys can see how bright it
e
is
si
outside. The
comprende con
reflection of
la
my
nostra
glasses.
mente.
Sorry.
E
It
potete
becomes clearer
vederci
and more evident to the mind. So when we have
attraverso
something that makes us extremely happy or sad, praises us or criticizes us, the 8 worldly thoughts.
qualcosa ci
Emily,
fa,
could you get that picture from, what is her name? The one that you showed me yesterday
qualcosa ci
at the,
fa
yeah,
accontentarsi,
thank you. I
qualcosa
can't remember her name.
o
A beautiful,
qualcuno.
a woman from
Io
DSCU
vorrei vedere una
is an
foto,
artist and made
un'immagine
a beautiful picture of the
bellissima
8
che
worldly
ho
thoughts. So we're always trying to be like,
dall'università
oh, avoid the 8 worldly thoughts, things that make you happy,
dama.
things that make you sad, blah, 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 right?
Noi di
Now Pamonka
solito
Rinpoche is saying, oh,
cerchiamo
wait, look. I'm sorry, interpreter. She need to
insomma,
yell at me when I'm
di
going too fast.
guardare con altro lato, guardare altro lato della medaglia.
Pamonka Rinpoche is saying,
Anche
yes,
in
don't be
concetto,
attached. Like the 8 worldly thoughts are
detto,
about an attachment,
non
but you can use the
aggrapparsi
8 worldly
al
thoughts as a path.
orto, un pensiero,
Anytime that you're praised,
però
right?
potete
Air is pumping you
utilizzarli
up.
come il
Lama is
percorso.
like,
Ogni
you're
volta
so
che qualcuno vi
wonderful.
fa complimenti,
Or
stanno
Lama's like,
pompando
May,
il
criticizing
vostro
you.
ego. Sei così
Why did
figo.
you do that? Why did you do that? Why
O
did you do that? Why
viceversa,
did you
ti
do that?
criticano
Etc.
cosa hai fatto,
So
perché non hai fatto così,
you
per
can
quale
use all of
motivo,
those things
eccetera,
as a
eccetera.
path. So stop getting upset.
E tutte queste cose
Don't,
noi
okay, let me
possiamo
rephrase this.
utilizzare
You're going to get upset,
strade
or you're going to
percorso
feel
facendo.
wonderful because you were praised, or you're going to feel
Cioè,
like crap because you were criticized.
potrebbe
Don't let it go on, but
assolutamente
be like, that's just another
sentirvi
trigger point,
tristi, che quando vi criticano,
right? It's a
potete
marma point.
sentirvi come un pezzo di
It's a
carta,
point to go,
però
what's
non
actually going on
permettetevi
is,
di fare una cosa,
oh,
una pura critica,
me.
cosa veramente sta
Me is
succedendo.
what's going on.
Io, quello che sta succedendo.
Great.
Io uscito
Now
sul
go,
palcoscenico.
now you know what to do. All right, here we go. Let's keep going.
Benissimo, e
Ooh,
adesso
the
tu
first
sai
picture here. Oh,
benissimo cosa
Marina,
devi
you're the
fare.
first picture. Can you read from here?
Prima, Marina, vediamo.
Nani Senpashin
Cheek.
Girangla Dru Taktavu Suktana Na La Naknya Nak yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Ditavu Che Chung Yang She Dan jak o langte na ne I estene.
Nice. Good job. Good job. This word is ku.
Perfetto,
Okay.
bel lavoro, grande.
So, Perdona, for example,
Oh,
not if
per esempio,
someone this was a
qualcuno
fun translation for me. If somebody
c'è
launches,
una traduzione
engages
veramente da ridere.
in accusations
Se qualcuno utilizza,
that you have stolen from somebody
utilizza come si può dire?
and
Perché avete
if someone
rubato,
else
se qualcuno dà
if
colpe
somebody
a
else
voi,
launches a smear campaign, that's a great translation. They don't
se
have those words in
qualcuno
Tibetan, right? If somebody
ha
launches a
organizzato una
smear
campagna,
campaign that you have stolen Rangla from someone, okay?
critica
Someone says, "Oh, Marina, you
qualcuno,
stole the microphone,"
dice, oh, ma
right?
tu hai rubato il mio microfono.
And you
Sì,
think
la
about it
campagna
in
di
your mind, you
dare colpa
think
ad
it over
altri.
in your mind,
E tu dici,
right?
tu parli e
And you
pensi
say to
nella
yourself,
tua testa di tutto ciò che sta
Nala nakme
accadendo
nak
e ti
yap,
dice a se stesso,
right? I have been wrongly
no,
accused,
no, l'Acmen,
right? Nakyel means to name, like lay blame.
Machiel
Let me just
significa
in there so I wouldn't forget,
che
right?
io non ho le
Nakme is
colpe,
not black, okay?
non è,
Someone blamed you
non è giusto così
not
nei
black.
confronti
So in
di
Tibetan, that means wrongly, right?
qualcuno ti dà le
Nakme.
colpe
I have been wrongly
senza
accused,
le base,
right?
non è
Marina,
giusto.
you took that microphone. No, I didn't.
Marina,
Because the
hai
teachers would do
rubato
this
il microfono.
stuff. Right?
No, no, io non ho
Get it?
fatto niente di che.
Then you feel
Di
wrongly
solito
accused.
maestro mi piace così.
I have been wrongly accused.
E
Nakla nakme nakyel.
tu dici, ma no, non è giusto.
Nala nakme nakyel.
Mi
It's a
hanno
second
dato
hard to pronounce.
colpe senza,
Right?
cioè,
Francisco,
ingiusto.
I can't believe you didn't get that work done.
Francisco,
Like, no. I haven't been
non
wrongly accused. I got it
credo
all done.
che tu hai fatto
Oh,
questo.
okay.
No, no,
And then you tell me how you got it done. And I'm like, okay.
perché mi dai
Yeah,
le
thanks for letting me know.
colpe? E dopo tu dici
But you have that
veramente
feeling of I've been wrongly
cosa e come
accused.
hai
All right.
fatto.
And then
Però quel pensiero,
I just need
quella
to change something here.
sensazione che gli danno le colpe ingiuste,
Lang. What arises? Lang.
non
Dung drakpo.
quello che
Fierce
succede
anger.
che si
Right?
ricompaia,
Not only did you say, I've been wrongly accused, but from
una
within a
rabbia
fierce anger
molto potente
arises. All right.
e gli
And
dice,
then you
oh, non
say,
solo che gli
Serna.
hanno dato
Okay.
colpe
That
ingiuste,
fierce
ma
anger arises and then it
diventate
cries, it
anche
yells,
tanto
right? Out
arrabbiati.
loud. And it says, Na
E
nemitek.
quella rabbia
I will not accept this.
si
I
sente
will
il rumore della rabbia.
I will not accept
Io
nay, which can
non
mean
comprendo
sickness, right? I will not accept
che
such
vuol dire
depravity. A very English,
non
British way of saying it. I
accetto,
will not accept
non
such
accetto
depravity.
critiche di genere.
I do not accept this
Non ho
accusation.
voglia e non accetto
Your
tutti
sickness.
questi
You
colpe.
have wrongly accused me. And this is why I love Pabonka, because
È una
this happens to us
malattia,
all the time.
mi date le colpe ingiuste.
I have
E
been
per
wrongly
questo mi
accused.
piace Pobonca.
Oh, I'm not being mean. Yes, you are.
Noi
I'm not being mean.
diciamo
Yes,
che
you are.
è
I'm not afflicted.
ingiusto.
Yes, you are.
Io non sono arrabbiato,
Well, I wasn't afflicted until
non
you told me that I was
ho
afflicted.
afflizioni
Now I'm afflicted.
maledicce, no?
Yes, you are. Get it?
Non riesco a conoscerli finché non mi hai detto
I
adesso
wasn't
è
having a
una
problem
questione mentale.
until you made it a problem. Oh, okay.
Io non sapevo neanche avere problemi
Not
finché tu
mistake.
non hai
I didn't do
fatto
anything.
capire che
It's not my fault. Okay, not your
Io non
fault.
ho fatto nulla.
Me, it's
Non
your
ho
fault.
fatto
Let's
nulla.
keep going. Sarah, would you like to read the next line?
Andiamo avanti.
Yes, thank you.
Prossimo.
I'll try. Kakyangmi tupar shor shor chepe kab kukag suk yuldang na ne teki ma ret ser se na
Saying.
nyampa
Saying.
sang na nyampa chikning gi gil ne sir kill ne sir ling dam dring
Good job.
ne wa charwa de gag che char sulyen.
Wow, nice. Your reading's getting amazing.
Thank you.
Okay.
Grande, Sara. Complimenti. Super. Bene.
So, hold on just 1 second here.
Adesso ancora un minuto, per piacere,
I just
aspettiamo.
want to check out real quickly. Okay. This paragraph took me. That's why I remember it's difficult.
Vorrei controllare questo pezzo. Era difficile, mi ricordo.
Okay.
Quando vi danno le colpe in qualcosa, e in quel momento che vi danno le colpe, che magari avete rubato qualcosa.
So it's sort of like something gets released. Okay, and we can call it like an uncontrollable reaction.
Come qualcosa si esce fuori.
Right. Some people might just call it an emotional
reaction.
This reaction is released. It escapes. It comes out, right? And it's not able to be stopped.
Esce fuori.
Okay. This is not,
non
you're not
potete
able to
fermarla.
block this uncontrollable reaction when someone has accused you of stealing something. All right.
Non potete controllare la reazione quando qualcuno vi dà le colpe.
And then what happens? All right. What arises?
Cosa succede?
In this word newa, it took me a
Cosa
while
esce
to figure
fuori?
out what it means. It's kind of like
Neva. Avevo bisogno di tanto tempo per comprendere cosa vuol dire.
like it means to cry, like it's a cry from within. Like in this way, it's like you have this emotional reaction, you have an uncontrollable reaction, it can't stop, and it just emerges like a cry that emerges from a baby. And it delivers
come bambino che comincia tanto
in a very vivid way, right? Arising from the depths of your heart. Such a great line, right? So this emotion or this thing, right, which is what? It's the thought about me.
Come un pensiero è io.
This is why I did my PhD in literature. Like I knew there'd be a reason for it later in life. I never became a professor. But look, it's beautiful here. Like the arising of the me, like this thought, me. What is it? It's a cry that delivers very vividly to you from the depths of your heart. Okay. And what is that cry? Oh, it's when you said,
E cosa è questo?
Takne, not
Cos'è questo sgrido, urlo? Io non ho fatto niente, io non ho fatto niente.
When you said, I will not accept such depravity.
Quando voi dite, io non accetto
this little ing,
genere,
okay,
io
it is the same thing as the me,
stessa cosa
as I. when you say, I will not accept
scritto
this,
come io.
it is the
E
same
io
thing as the
non
I,
sono
the me.
d'accordo con questo.
So it's so lovely. And this line here,
E questa strofa
it's a
qui
cry that delivers. Tring is like delivering a letter. It's a
come
cry that delivers
un certo
brightly,
grido,
vividly. Like
urlo,
ling ling is like the
quando
twinkling of the
voi
stars,
mandate una lettera a
right?
qualcuno. L'engling è come
From the depths of
il
your heart. You can't control it.
splendore
Kakyang mitupa.
delle
You can't
stelle,
control that.
dal
So
profondo
by
del
saying, I do
vostro
not
cuore,
accept
che
this,
non
you're just saying,
potete
translation,
controllare. Quando mi dite che io non
that's all
comprendo.
you're saying. Me,
Io,
right?
io,
Which I think is really cool.
il mio io.
All right. We're going to
Molto
do a
bello.
lesson right now. Kimare.
Adesso facciamo una lezione qui.
Okay.
Qualcuno sa cos'è il curinare?
It's very colloquial. Let's see if anyone said it in the chat. Right. It's a very
Magari
colloquial
qualcuno
way of
scrive
saying
nella
something.
chat
It's
curinare.
actually it's a future tense, and it
È una
indicates
cosa come
factual
forse
something
dire
that's factual.
qualcosa parlando. Vuol dire
And
qualcosa
so
di...
what we're saying here is that
significa qualcosa. E
when
cosa noi
you
diciamo
said to
qua?
yourself that you won't accept this, right?
Si
We're not
scrive
saying that you said it.
una
We're
cosa
saying it's
basata
a
sul
fact that it
fatto.
was said.
Quando dico non accetto,
Okay.
questo è un
So
fatto.
for those of you studying colloquial, this is a great line to interpret here, because the original line actually is this. This is
Studia,
what the quote was from earlier.
questa strofa è molto
Nanemitek.
bella perché in originale
But
Nanemitek.
the structure changed a little bit and used the future tense here as to indicate factually that you said this. You
Hanno
will say
cambiato un po' di
this
struttura e
when
stanno
you're falsely accused.
utilizzando
It's
il
not even
tempo
like
futuro.
it's so
Vi
assertive. It's
direte
very like
questo quando
you
vi
are falsely accused, and
danno le
immediately
colpe
your reaction
ingiustamente.
is, I don't accept this. And that is me.
Mi hanno dato le
That's just a
colpe,
translation of me.
ma non
And then I have
siete
something else to like add here
d'accordo.
just for shits and
Questo vuol
giggles,
dire io.
all of you.
E qua io aggiungo
The cool thing about Tibetan is that there's different
una
verbs
cosa figa in
in
tibetano.
translation mean the same thing.
Esistono diverse parole
Okay.
e
For
verbi,
example, this phrase, it snowed.
quale
Gantang song.
con la traduzione
Sha.
significa
It means
cose
it snowed.
uguali.
Both
Per
of these
esempio,
literally mean the same
questa
as snow,
frase
but different verbs will give different indicators of what the
c'era
person who's saying it to you.
neve, nevicava, c'era
If
la
someone
nevicava,
says Tang Song, that means it
ma tutto
snowed
dipende cosa dice persona.
and I witnessed
Qualcuno
it
dice
directly.
canzone,
I was looking out my
vuol
window and it was snowing.
dire nevicava. Io ho visto con i miei
But
occhi,
if
i
I
miei
said
occhi
Kangkak
dalla
Shak,
finestra.
it means
Ma se
it
io dirò
snowed,
cantanciac,
but I didn't see it snow.
vuol dire nevicava,
Like,
ma io non ho visto che
I just looked
nevicava.
outside and
Io
I
solo
saw the
guardato
slush on the
fuori
road. Right?
e ho visto
Like
un
there's some evidence
brutto
that there was,
tempo
but I
e
didn't see the
qualcosa
actual
sulla terra,
snow.
tipo
Right?
pozzanghere.
Like if you
Però
live
il
in an area where
fatto
there is a
che
lot of snow
nevicava
and it
non
melts,
ho
you
visto.
didn't see the snow on the ground, but you see like the
Se
slushy
voi vivete in
water that's kind
un
of frozen,
paese o
you know that it
regione
snowed.
dove
You see?
nevica, ma
So
dopo
Tibetan has this really cool,
si mescola con
different verbs will indicate
pozzanghere e tutto. In
your
tibetano ci
relationship
sono
to the thing that you're
diversi
talking about,
verbi, quali
whether it's a fact, whether it
indirizzano
was observed
e
directly, or whether it
indicano
was
su quello
indirect.
cosa
It's
voi
really
dite.
cool.
è il
And you,
fatto che
unfortunately, have to learn
avete
all those things. And
osservato
then once you learn all
direttamente
those things,
fanno.
then you can
È
get
molto importante sapere queste cose.
you can
Quando
get the
finalmente studierete tutte queste
you can
cose,
get this more
potete
simply.
ricevere.
All right, next line. Who's next here? You read your Uta. You've been reading for a
Comprensione
while.
di tutte cose fini di
You don't want to
tibetano,
read?
sanscrito.
No.
No,
Are you sure?
vuoi
Okay, I'll
leggere?
give you a pass, but next time. Francisco, this
Non
one's good for you.
leggere? Va bene, Francesco. Vai.
Te nangi
Gajik.
gajik
Mhm.
gajik dangde dupchi yenga yarumbal wow
Yungbal.
wow
It's actually Pal. It's more Pal. Excuse me. It's it can mean Nepal, but it's not what this means in this case.
wow
Rung Pelten.
No, qua potrebbe significare un Nepal, ma no, non penso che Nepal.
Ruchik ji ngar sing la ke shukan here to kubne
Good.
de ngay they smash
Some.
some they their koi nak sula ratgo
Taka.
ratga
Nice. Okay. So
Bravo.
like that, similarly,
A sto punto,
you can bring about
voi potreste
you can bring about very powerfully. You can bring up in a powerful way,
con tanta forza e
purposely. Like
potenza
chuk
a
can mean like
posto con
explicitly or
tanta
purposely or
focalizzazione
exploited. Like you can exploit this.
con tutti i vostri
What's the word I'm
obiettivi.
looking for?
Che parola potrei utilizzare?
Weakness. That's what I'm looking for. Was looking for it last night. You can exploit the weakness,
Tipo fragilezza.
right, of your ordinary self,
Potete
like your ordinary self.
utilizzarla.
You can bring it up powerfully, purposely, to bring up that innate sense of holding to the self, that innate view, that
che
incorrect view.
potete addirittura
How do you do it?
utilizzare per poter
Kangyang Peltenbe. Oops.
sradicare
Sorry.
questa sensazione di voler
You can
aggrapparsi
bring
a
it
se
up
stesso.
explicitly to your mind, right? And in any number of ways.
Tutto
How can you
bisogno
do it?
di ricordare tutto
You
questo
can do it
in
with
diverse possibilità.
happiness, Ga. You can do it with fear, Jik. Or you can do it with
Con tanta
Teguk,
felicità, con
pleasure or
tanta
pain.
paura,
Pleasure
cioè
and pain. Okay.
o Tedruk
You can bring up, you
dolore
can
o anche
purposefully exploit the weakness
gioia,
in the system
utilizzare
and bring it explicitly to your mind
la
by
vostra
using things like
fragilità,
happiness and fear, pleasure and pain.
ricordare e portare dentro la
Okay.
vostra mente.
And when
Quando
you, some
ricordate
means
da
water, right?
queste
So when you're in
sensazioni,
that experience, when you're on that edge,
e qua
right?
al
When
confine,
you're between the ordinary self and then the innate
quando
self,
arrivate
this
al
is when
limite
you need to examine
tra il
Taka,
vostro io,
the way that the way that the self arises to the self, the way it appears to your mind. Okay, find that space. And unfortunately, we're out of time. Good luck.
trovare
but find that
questo
space. Like
posto
anytime that
e
you are
purtroppo non
triggered,
tempo,
Like, trigger warning.
ogni volta
Okay, this is the real trigger warning. Right? Anytime that you're offended, anytime that you're happy, anytime you're in
quando
pleasure,
sentite che
anytime you're in
adesso
pain.
cominciate a arrabbiarvi, quando avete dolore, quando sentite
Right.
la gioia.
So that's a way to trigger the self, triggered your recognition that that's me. I don't accept such depravity. I follow
La
a guy on
possibilità
Instagram who gives different Englishisms from colloquial all the way to like royalty, like all the different ways that you would
di
say
poter
depending on your
sradicare
register,
questo
right? I shall not accept
io
this. I do not
inutile.
accept. I didn't do anything.
Abbiamo
Whatever your version is,
non
that
riusciamo
equals
a
me.
comprendere questo vero io non ho
That is
fatto
you.
niente.
That's the one we deny.
Qual è la vostra versione?
Okay.
Questo è quel io che io vorrei spiegare.
We use the wrong worldview
E
to
noi
make
utilizziamo la
That's what I mean
visione
by exploit the
errata
weakness in the
per
system.
arrivare
America
alla
is giving us
visione
a tool
giusta. Per questo è
to
molto
take
importante utilizzare la
of
fragilità
our
nello
own emotions.
sistema.
And what I mean is turn what is it?
Quello vuol
What's the
dire
phrase we use?
dominare sulle nostre
Your suffering is the
emozioni.
path. Make it the
La
path.
vostra sofferenza è il vostro
It does not feel
percorso,
well, right?
fatelo
And that
del
sucks.
vostro
Sorry,
percorso.
right? You know,
E non è piacevole,
but
mi
can you make
dispiace.
it the path? Right? And sometimes you just can't. Sometimes you're like,
No,
mommy,
provate a creare
mommy,
questo
please just take care
percorso.
of me. And that's fine, right?
Ogni tanto avete bisogno
And
di
you do, and you
mamma, ti
need those things, of
prego,
course.
prendi cura di me.
But your pleasure and your pain, your
Ma è
happiness and your
normale.
fear,
Fate tutte queste
we can
cose
we can
quando è
tweak
tutto
the matrix, as it were,
normale.
because it equals you, and that you, I don't know why that
Noi
fell on it, and
possiamo
you become,
rompere questa matrice
that's what you then end up
perché io diventa
turn the problem into the path. There's
proprio
right.
quello che
Sometimes the
dobbiamo
problem is too
legare.
heavy, and that's why leisure and fortune
Creiate
is so
dal
important,
problema
which we'll
il
learn about
vostro
early in the
percorso,
LAMRIM.
o il vostro
Because without leisure
pensiero.
and fortune, you don't
Per
have the capacity
questo
to turn problems into a path.
noi riusciremo a
Suspect
scoprire tante
you do have
cose
some
che
of
non
that
l'hanno.
leisure and fortune.
Poi non
It doesn't mean you don't
possiamo
suffer in
fare tante cose, però siamo tutti
it
qua.
gets better, it gets worse. And then you either get
Noi
out of it this time or you do
comunque
it next time.
soffriamo, ogni
That's how it
tanto
works.
stiamo bene, ogni tanto non tanto.
We're on a way to making it to get out.
Noi
So our suffering is
siamo
actually a blessing because it makes us realize who we are.
sulla strada per
That's a
cercare
teacher. Thank you.
l'uscita.
Have a wonderful day, everybody. We will do the meditation next week. I'm sorry, as per usual, I talk
Mi
too much.
dispiace
I
per
think
la
it's helpful.
meditazione. Faremo
But if you want to create your own meditation, just
una volta,
capture,
io ho
just
chiacchierato un po' di più.
I challenge you in this next day,
Create magari la vostra
when you have a
meditazione
reaction to something, to be like, oh, that's what Tim was talking about.
e ricordate
Maybe, see, I stopped for the
ricordate
next meeting, I might
di
say
cosa
something to
stavo
someone,
parlando. Magari
and then you'll be
quando
like, no, I
dovete
did that, and then I'll be like, hee hee. Okay. Anyway, thanks for
magari
joining.
un
I
incontro di
appreciate each and every
esami,
one of you.
tiro
And I'm happy that
qualcosa.
you're here.
No, sono stata
Yeah,
io.
we'll see you on Thursday. Have a wonderful next
Grazie
couple
a
days.
tutti voi.
And please
Ci
say goodbye to each other.
vediamo il giovedì. Per piacere di ciao a tutti.
Grazie, Lama.
Have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Get it?
Grazie, grazie, grazie. Mille
All
grazie.
right. Bye. Have a wonderful day.
You too.